The Life of Bardock from Dragon Ball. Bardock is a low-class Saiyan warrior, the husband of Jinne, and the father of Raditz and Goku. He makes his debut as the titular protagonist of the 1990 TV special Dragon Ball Z Bardock, father of Goku. Bardock's childhood until his early years in adulthood is unknown, but he's shown to lead his own squad into battle, and they are very successful in accomplishing their assignments. He's an adept fighter and a devoted Saiyan army soldier under the Frieza Force until he realizes his tyrannical boss plans to annihilate the Saiyan race. Welcome to the Amagi. In today's video, we're going over the life of Bardock. Before we begin, we publish a new video every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. The Amagi's reach stretches beyond just this channel, so if you're a fan of us, please consider subscribing to our other channels and following us on all of our social media. Help us reach our goal of passing 100,000 followers on all of our accounts by the end of the year. Early life. Bardock is a low-class Saiyan mercenary who leads a small platoon comprised of 4 other Saiyan soldiers in Bardock, the father of Goku, Tora, Fasha, Borgos, and Shugesh. His wife Jinne was also part of Bardock's team at one point. Together, the team makes a living by traveling to various planets where they decimate the defenses of these civilizations and prepare them for Frieza's planetary market. Bardock was famous for his bravery even among the Saiyans. He's mentioned by Paragus in Dragon Ball Z Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, when he recognizes Goku as Bardock's son, and it can be thought that Paragus was Bardock's superior according to the supplemental Daizenshu. After being saved on the battlefield by him several times, Jinne developed some feelings for Bardock. Due to her gentle nature, Jinne was not cut out for fighting and retired. Her gentle nature has also changed Bardock's behavior, as Saiyans usually do not demonstrate care for their children, but Bardock does. Bardock and Jinne already had 2 sons by the time of the destruction of planet Vegeta. According to Akira Toriyama, the pair of Bardock and Jinne were those rare Saiyans who were joined by a bond other than for reproductive purposes. And in an interview, he says that Bardock himself might have had siblings, but perhaps even Bardock himself doesn't really know, and at any rate, he probably has no interest in it either. Not long after Frieza took command of the Frieza Force, Bardock was dispatched along with other Saiyans to planet Cereal in order to lay waste to it as great apes, decimating the population and leaving Granola as the sole unknown survivor. This came from Bardock witnessing Granola as a child with his mother. Seeing Kakarot and Jinne in this situation, Bardock opted to spare them and lied to Leek that he was looking for survivors. He detected life in the mountains and hid them with Monaito. Despite these efforts, they were found by the Heaters, who mercilessly killed Granola's mother. Bardock managed to help Granola and Monaito briefly escape, but he was soon stopped by Gas, leading the two to fight. Gas mocks Bardock about the Saiyans and their immediate destruction, confusing Bardock. After Gas unleashes a portion of his instincts, Bardock finds himself completely on the back foot. During their battle, Monaito summons Toranbo and tries to send Bardock back to planet Vegeta, but Bardock refuses, not wanting to run from the fight. When Monaito asks what Bardock would like, Bardock states that he just wants his sons to thrive. Gas then proceeds to beat Bardock further, tearing his tail off. Gas throws a spear at Bardock to finish him, but it's intercepted. This enrages Gas, using his full power before knocking Monaito away and grabbing Bardock by the neck. Bardock manages to escape the hold and knocks Gas away. When Gas asks him why he's fighting, Bardock responds by saying that in a life or death battle, victory is all that matters, and he simply fights when there's an enemy to beat. Bardock's Saiyan power activates, allowing him to push past his limits and defeat Gas. Drained of energy, Bardock falls to the ground. Bardock proceeds to tell Elec, who comes to retrieve Gas, that he thought they were loyal to Frieza. Elec explains that in business you don't show all your hands, and then proceeds to mock Bardock and the rest of the Saiyans for not realizing what Frieza was planning. Instead of elaborating, he shoots Bardock in the shoulder, causing him to fall off a cliff into a forest below. Elec shoots the area where he landed several more times before leaving. Bardock, having survived, is found by Monaito, but his scouter is broken. He soon left the planet and returned home, where Jinne tended to him. Not long later, he joined Leek on a mission. Broly Film and Dragon Ball Minus. Bardock and Leek are in a battle against aliens on another planet when they receive a message on their scouters ordering all Saiyans back to planet Vegeta. The two head back to the planet, noticing Frieza's spaceship hovering in orbit above the planet. Bardock believes that Frieza must have a hidden agenda. Upon his return to planet Vegeta, Bardock learns from Taro that Frieza's men had been asking about the Super Saiyan legend. Bardock heads home to reunite with Jinne and asks if their son, Kakarot, is still in his incubator. Jinei says that he is, but it's been 3 years, so he'll be released soon. Bardock also learns that Raditz is off-world with Vegeta and Nappa. Bardock fills Jinei in on what's going on and reassures her that everything is going to be alright, as he has a plan. His plan is to send Kakarot off-world to a planet called Earth, which he had already scouted prior, and the population is mostly peaceful and anyone may not pose a threat to Kakarot. From there, they would wait it out, and if Bardock is wrong, they'll simply go to Earth and get Kakarot. Bardock deduced Kakarot would be safer if they did not escape with him, since their power levels were large enough for Frieza's scouters to detect them, and they lacked the ability to lower their power levels. Later at night, Bardock steals an attack ball, and he and Jinei send Kakarot away to Earth, also deciding to inform Raditz about this. Bardock places his hand on the cockpit window, as does Kakarot. Bardock tells his son to be strong and brave for him, and smiles at him as Kakarot is flown to safety. Bardock, the father of Goku. After clearing a society on the planet Kanasa as great apes, a weakened survivor emerges, catching Bardock off guard, and instills in the Saiyan the ability of precognitive foresight. This ability, the Kanasan believes, will over time serve Bardock with vengeance for the crimes the Saiyans commit in the name of Frieza. While in recovery after the platoon's return to planet Vegeta, Bardock is met with what he passes off as a delusion. In his vision, he witnesses the destruction of his home planet by the hand of Frieza, and also sees the salvation of the planet Earth through his son Kakarot. During this time, presiding doctors attest that Bardock's power level is approaching 10,000, and at this rate he may surpass the strength of the Saiyan monarch, King Vegeta. Bardock is still out of commission when Frieza executes his selfish plan to resolve the paranoia he's experiencing. Following Frieza's orders, the capable soldiers Tora, Fasha, Borgos, and Shugesh are instructed to clear the civilization of planet Meat. During their visit to the planet, the group encounters one of Frieza's most dangerous minions, Dodoria, and his elites, who betray them by Frieza's orders and make short work of Bardock's team. When Bardock is informed that his team has accepted an offer on planet Meat, a still injured Bardock hurriedly makes preparations to pursue his friends, unaware of the dangers that await at his destination. On his way to his attack ball, he comes across his newborn son Kakarot and checks his power level to see if his visions about him growing up to be a strong warrior is true, but disregards the notion after seeing that his son only has an average power level. Eventually, once upon Meat, Bardock discovers his ravaged comrades and, to some fortune, finds that Tora is alive but in critical condition. Vowing to avenge the four, Bardock removes Tora's armband, now soaked in blood, and dons it over his head. Bardock is suddenly assaulted by Dodoria's elite, although for a low-class Saiyan he's able to dominate over the elite-class fighters until Dodoria launches an energy cannon, overpowering Bardock, blasting him into his friends' dead bodies and leaving him for dead. Bardock barely survives this attack, and coming to terms with the fact that his visions are actual premonitions and not a case of delirium, he desperately struggles against time to return to planet Vegeta and change the grim fate of his people. Upon his return to the planet, he immediately begins spreading the word of danger, but his panic, as well as the state of his condition, only leads the other Saiyans to believe Bardock is overreacting after finally having met his match during a typical mission. Angry at the reaction he's received, Bardock yells at the other Saiyans for their disbelief and they are stunned into silence. Bardock realizes the hopelessness of the situation, but his son appears to him in a vision, and Bardock goes into a frenzy and takes to the skies where Frieza's spaceship is orbiting in a last resort effort to throttle Frieza's plan to eradicate the Saiyans. As Bardock displays an abnormal ability to fend off hundreds of Frieza's soldiers, Frieza decides that the situation is growing out of hand. Frieza's decision is solidified by his perceived insolence of another Saiyan, King Vegeta, who has invaded Frieza's spaceship with his servants in an attempt to rescue their prince, Vegeta, who at this time is nowhere near the ship, as he's carrying out orders on another planet. After killing King Vegeta and his royal guard, Frieza steps out into the orbit of planet Vegeta where he encounters Bardock, who insists that the Saiyans refuse to continue being oppressed and commanded by the tyrant, and announces his intentions to avenge all killed for Frieza's cause. Intending to wipe out the Saiyans anyway, Frieza does not see a problem with Bardock's allegation, and somewhat patiently listens to Bardock's speech, staking out the perfect opportunity to commence his genocide. The opening comes when Bardock attempts to kill Frieza using a final spirit cannon, which Frieza retaliates to by laughing maniacally as he expands a charging supernova which absorbs Bardock's blast. Within moments, the supernova is set free from Frieza's fingertip and careens through numerous bystander soldiers en route toward planet Vegeta. Bardock is among the first of many to be consumed by the ball of energy. As he's incinerated within the supernova, Bardock has one final vision, that of his son Goku, born Kakarot, challenging and defeating Frieza, which brings a smile to his face. His regret, however, is that he never had a chance to hold his infant son in his arms before his child was commissioned to Earth only days after being born. In the Japanese version, as well as in Dragon Ball Z Kai, however, Bardock tells his son Kakarot to avenge the Saiyans and Planet Vegeta. Saiyan Saga. Bardock appears at the beginning of the first episode of Dragon Ball Z Kai. He appears confronting Frieza in the stratosphere of Planet Vegeta and attempts to attack him with his final spirit cannon to change the future. However, Frieza merely laughs and fires his supernova, which overtakes Bardock and then hits Planet Vegeta, resulting in the genocide of the Saiyans. Frieza Saga. Because Bardock was primarily the creation of Toei Animation, it was only after the airing of The Father of Goku that Bardock would make an appearance in the manga. Bardock appeared in a 2-panel cameo appearance in Frieza's flashback when he sees Goku, who reminds him of Bardock. Frieza recalls that Bardock had attacked him right before he destroyed Planet Vegeta and was killed alongside the rest of the Saiyans when Frieza destroyed the planet using a supernova. Bardock also made cameo appearances in the Dragon Ball Z anime series, including during Frieza's flashbacks to the final confrontation scene featured at the climax of Bardock, the Father of Goku, when Frieza deduces Bardock's relation to Goku when recalling his destruction of Planet Vegeta. Cooler's Revenge. The opening of Cooler's Revenge shows the ending scene of Bardock, the Father of Goku, which shows Bardock confronting Frieza. Cooler witnesses his brother confronting the last Saiyan as well as him destroying Planet Vegeta. Salza then detects a space pod flying away, but Cooler decides to ignore it, saying that Frieza is careless and that it's his fault that a Saiyan will survive. Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan. While he doesn't appear in the movie, Bardock is mentioned by Paragus. After Goku arrives on New Planet Vegeta by using the instant transmission technique to track down the source of the legendary Super Saiyan's energy, Paragus arrives and greets him. Goku identified him as a Saiyan, and Paragus identified Goku as Bardock's son. This gave Goku a stern look on his face until Paragus offered him a meal, which Goku gladly accepted. He was also briefly mentioned by the medics looking for the then infant Broly and Goku in Paragus's flashback to the birth of the two Saiyans, also in relation to Goku. Granola the Survivor Saga. As Granola's single-minded hunt for revenge against the Saiyans continued, nearly killing Goku and Vegeta, Monaito revealed to the Cerealian the truth about Bardock's kindness, making him settle down. It's also revealed that Vegeta knew or was at least aware of Bardock, as he told Goku that Bardock was his father. Goku was shocked to learn his father's name. Vegeta also remarked that kindness was genetic in the family. An evolved Gas later recognized Goku as Bardock's son and learns Bardock is long dead. Goku and Vegeta are later shown Bardock's scouter, and the audio causes Goku to remember his time with his Saiyan family. After the defeat of the Heaters, Goku is given his father's scouter as a souvenir and smiled at the brief memory of Bardock. Power Manga. On Planet Cereal, he was strong enough to effortlessly block an attack from Monaito, whose power level was 213. Bardock was also stated by Monaito and Gas to have defeated him in their battle. The fighting prodigy was openly impressed at Bardock's performance despite being a low-class soldier. According to Monaito, Bardock forced a battered Gas to undergo his Heater's transformation in order to have a chance. Despite this, Bardock's resolve was able to endure the foe's assault long enough for his Saiyan power to activate, giving him the boost needed to overpower the foe. While on an unknown planet with a fellow Saiyan comrade, he's able to easily decimate the native aliens of that planet. Months later, he's easily killed by First Form Frieza. Power Films. In the Funimation dub of Bardock, the Father of Goku, after returning from Kanassa and having his wounds healed, Bardock is said to have a power level close to 10,000, and was expected to surpass King Vegeta in due time, who, according to Vegeta himself, has a power level of under 18,000. He's able to defeat 4 of Frieza's elite soldiers at the same time after they ganged up on him, before being blasted away by Dodoria's energy cannon. Later, despite being heavily wounded, Bardock forces his way through dozens of Frieza's troops on his own in an effort to reach Frieza's ship, which he does successfully and without any effort. Did you enjoy our video? Be sure to check out these other great videos from the Amagi, and make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.